It's about time to take your great idea and turn it into a reality with Squarespace. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project. Are you trying to showcase your work or sell products of any kind? Well, you can use their beautiful templates and customize just about anything and make a beautiful website all by yourself. And if you get stuck, they have 24/7 award-winning customer support that is there to help. Go to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Not too deep.
We're back with another episode of Not Too Deep. I'm your host, Grace Helbig. Today, Kelsey Darragh is back. I don't even know if I'm saying her last name correctly, but that doesn't matter. It's Kelsey. She's back, and she's bold, and she's beautiful, and she's wonderful. She's been up to so much since the last time she was here 2 years ago. I learned about, she's been in Aspen. She's been on private jets. She's been relaunching her podcast, getting into deep issues around women things. She's also been going to some sex parties. And I learned all about it. And she came here directly after getting a root canal. So she is the definition of thriving on this episode of Not Too Deep with Kelsey Darragh.
Not too deep. Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
You love the Real Housewives.
I do love them. I didn't watch the newest Jersey episode last night, so I have big plans tonight.
Oh, she's a busy lady.
Massive. Do you watch reality TV?
Do not. I'm a teen mom series girl.
Oh,
like hard.
Really? Still?
Oh my God. Still, it's like growing up with them. You
Right.
like grew up with them.
That's the one I never got into because it felt too much like my peers.
Ooh.
And I guess Housewives seemed like
upper echelon trash?
that it felt like older women being terrible and like
something to aspire to.
Right. And I felt like the girls getting pregnant. I was like, oh no, they're too young to have this situation.
It's sad.
But now they've all like
made millions and they're fine.
They're making TV still.
Yeah, they're fine. I'm not worried about any of that. I'm worried about me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not making enough money and I have 0 babies. Okay. I'm losing money with 0 babies. So.
Well, okay, let's get into it. Are we recording? Yeah, we're going.
She knows what she's doing.
Kelsey, I mean, talking about you're not making money, you're the busiest woman ever.
I don't know where you're getting this false information from.
I'm getting it from social media. I'm getting it from just everything you're working on right now. I feel like you're hustling.
It's never enough though, right? I do have enough Adderall to run a small country. I've said that.
Yeah.
It's so like, maybe I appear busy because I'm always carrying one of these coffees. But
sure.
I'm not. You could,
but
I'm
I feel
in my
like
pajamas.
you're working on lots of projects.
Yeah.
But you're working on like a variety of stuff.
Yeah.
Which,
I like to keep my fingers in all holes.
all holes. Be careful of your holes. Hide your holes because she's got fingers.
Hide your holes is my new t-shirt idea. Great.
Because the last time you were on the podcast, it was like 2 years ago.
Oh, and what an honor.
And you were here with Kate, but I feel like in 2 years, so much for you has like grown, developed, changed.
Yeah, bye BuzzFeed.
Yeah, bye BuzzFeed.
Bye.
Which is, something fascinating because that's like a world where you're doing a ton of different shit under this one umbrella.
I remember getting one of the drunkest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
Thinking you were so attractive and asking Ella, being like, do you think I could sleep with Grace?
Oh,
and
in
she was
Austin?
like, no. don't like get that out of your head. I was like, okay, never mind. Second question, should I talk to her about like leaving BuzzFeed? And I remember I talked to you. I had like the drunkest conversation of my life.
I was probably also shit-faced.
And you were like, you gotta just do it. You gotta believe in yourself. And I was like, now I want to sleep with her more.
Drunk Grace has 2 speeds. I will help save everyone from problems they didn't know they need to be saved from, or I will yell at everyone and cry in a corner.
It must be fun to be your boyfriend.
Yeah, I haven't been drinking for a while now.
Oh, me neither. I got sober.
Good for you.
Are you sober sobs?
Not sober sobs. I did dry January, and then I started having like this SIBO thing in my gut, like this little stomach intestinal thing.
God.
And then drank a little bit on vacation, then didn't feel good. So now back to
And you're like, maybe this whole time
Yeah.
it was the alcohol.
I'm connecting some dots, and there seems to be one giant black hole connecting all these dots.
And it's devastating.
Well, how long have you been sober?
200 and something days.
How's it been going?
It's the best / easiest life change I've ever made.
Really?
Wish I would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
And I mean, like with the internet culture, your identity is built around alcohol in a weird way.
Totally. And becomes inherent in your brand. And it's like so enmeshed that it is difficult to make that separation.
Because you feel like you're losing a part of yourself. You're like putting to sleep.
Yeah.
You're putting down your fun side or something like that. I've arguably gotten more fun.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should ask some people. Maybe they're like, she got real cunty.
She thinks she's really fun. But
she walks around like Mike Bloomberg, like, I'm the cool guy, right? Okay, so maybe not that. That's my own opinion.
But no, but I think that's because there is it's so rampant in, you know, especially like content creator culture, because our jobs are so willy-nilly and all over the place. But I've been listening to this book, The Easy Way to Control Alcohol by Alan Carr.
He did the smoking one.
Yeah, Easy Way.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
You love it?
I love it. I highly recommend, because it's just like a much more positive philosophy on all of it, and like how your life is just going to get better.
Tell me it so I don't have to read it.
It's basically like your life is going to get better. It never helped you to begin with. You were always under the spell of alcohol.
Oh my
blah, blah,
God,
blah.
Alan Carr coming for big alcohol.
Yeah. I know. It's fascinating. And he's someone else reads it in a British accent, so it's very soothing. It's all very fun.
So you look forward to not having to drink.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
the British guy's talking.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's a more desirable thing. But so you left BuzzFeed.
Bye.
Bye. You're working on a show on E.
Oh my God, yeah. Our second season was supposed to come out like a week ago. Oh wait, I don't know. Don't ask me questions about dates. It's
Dating
on.
No Filter.
Yeah.
And this is a panel show about dating.
Yeah, it's the first LGBTQ blind dating show on network television in America, which was really cool because it was on E, which is a big network that
How did this come about?
They were like, we need a loud white lady to fill that slot. And I was like,
You're like, I've been training for this my whole life.
oh my God. I was like, finally, the heavens opened up and I get paid to do it. No, it's less of us making fun of people, which I think is why people like it so much. We're not like, oh, look at these fucking idiots. It's more like we are them. We're with them. We've all been there. It's very
So what's the premise of the show?
6 comedians watch blind dates. And the producers found this incredible way of putting 2 people, like a Republican and a person who like believes in aliens together. And then you just watch that. And it cuts back, and it's very reminiscent of those old MTV shows like Date My Mom or Next or
Yeah.
I think that's why people like it.
That's that's fun and cool. And
very
also,
easy.
It's not that the dates have already happened. So it's not like you're coaching these people
I
through
sit
dates.
on a couch and I eat food.
This is a dream job.
And they bring me Starbucks and I snort Adderall in the back.
It's a dream job.
Yeah. I'm not sober. I'm just not drinking.
You're thriving. Yeah, one step at a time.
Yeah.
So this is already, the first season's out there.
Yes, we're into our midway of our second season.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's super fun.
Any major takeaways from watching people on blind dates?
Holy shit, great question. You gotta be yourself.
Yeah.
Because very slowly what they do is they liquor them up like any good reality show. And so 10 minutes that you see, the audience sees into the date. We're watching like hours of footage.
Wow.
But you get to see like 10 minutes into the date how real people become once you get that activity over with.
So you guys are watching the completely unedited version of the
Yeah.
date. Oh, that
Yeah.
gives me anxiety a little bit.
Yeah. So it's you get to just see how people are. Do you watch The Circle on Netflix?
Yes.
Okay.
I avoided it at first because I thought it was going to make me like sad about, because I've also had like a weird relationship with social media right now about like how sometimes it makes me very inspired and sometimes it makes me very depressed.
But
And
you do such a good job of it.
well,
That's probably the problem.
That's the problem.
You shouldn't be.
I shouldn't be on it. But so then I avoided The Circle because I thought it was going to be like, oh God, I don't want to see this. And then I watched an episode and I was like, and this is all I'm watching until the end.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a bit like that, and where you get to see the raw moments of people, like how they react to a text versus what they write back. And like, it's just a psychology experiment. And I think that's
cool.
really fun. Yeah.
Have you been on blind dates before?
No.
Me either.
My friends know me too well. I would somehow find, right? Like, no fucking way. Especially when you have a little celebrity. I mean, I'm like a microscope compared to you, but like, no fucking way could you blind date.
No, especially because you assume that they're going to Google anything. Because a normal person would Google, and I would Google if I was set up on a blind date with someone.
What pops up when you Google you?
It's just too much. Like but it's all just like, the thumbnails from dumb videos and it just looks like a lot.
Yeah.
And I like to think that I'm a much lower key person in person. But like if you were to just take the landscape of a Google search, it looks like it looks like a parody of like an internet girl.
Oh my God. And but you're an OG. How dare they? They don't know.
That's my own assessment of like trying to like put something.
We should send this to your therapist.
Okay, you're coming here from getting a root canal, which is not like a euphemism. That's like for real what just happened before you got here.
My mouth is nerve. It hurts. It hurts.
So we appreciate that very much. And 2, you're coming from also Sundance.
Oh, yeah. I went to my first Sundance.
How was that? I've never been before.
Oh, my God. So I got to go as an alumni because I got in as a writer last year.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
cool.
I said that because I wanted praise. Fully. And the applications are just open. So if anyone wants to become a writer, go apply. And so part of the program is you get a free ticky.
Cool.
Have you ever been?
No. It's beautiful and fun, right?
Beautiful and just like drunk, very powerful TV and movie executives.
Because the altitude, I hear everyone's just like shit-faced the whole time.
And so nice. Like Hollywood's got a reputation for being so mean, but when you're in that environment and everything's free and all the food is free and you're watching good films, everyone's just mood is different. You're like, oh, is this how I would be if I didn't live in LA?
Right, yeah. Is this what life is like outside of our bubble?
You're like rubbing elbows with just like Issa Rae and freaking Eva Longoria and You guys
also took a private jet there?
Oh my God. Okay.
What is this story?
That was not just, that was to a thing called Summit, which I wonder if you know some in LA. It's like
I think I get the emails all the time.
Yeah,
that there's
you're
like
too
an
cool
event.
for it. See, I'm the loser here.
No, you went on a private jet. I think I get the emails of like, we're having an event if you want to come.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. All the people that are involved in Summit are very wealthy.
Okay.
Like,
maybe
Jeff
I should
Bezos.
check my emails.
Yeah, I was like, are you single? You're still in a relation, right?
Yeah.
Like you maybe shouldn't because my situation's different, but you get to meet just like the coolest, wealthiest people who are like actually changing the world, right?
Wow.
Like people in charge of, I don't know, what's an important thing? Tables. That guy's probably there. Just there's so many people where you're like, you do what? And then they're like, what do you do? And I'm like, I talk about my pussy a lot. Here's my card. Or like, DM me on Twitter.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short, I carbon offset all my flights just so we know. But a friend of a friend of a friend of whatever, my boyfriend's in it. I'm not. I just was like tagging along.
Okay.
They were going out on their jet and it was like, duh, you go on the jet.
Yeah.
The world is burning, literally.
Yeah.
But I've never been on a PJ, baby.
You gotta go on a PJ.
Have you been on a PJ?
No, that's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like a lot of people in my ether have recently been on PJs, so it's getting closer to me.
Oh my
but the opportunity hasn't.
But you're like me, I'm assuming, in that you don't like to leave your house often.
Exactly.
You gotta leave your house if you want to be on a PJ.
That's the one thing that's stopping me.
The one thing.
If they can swing by my house and pick me up, then I'll take it for a spin.
Yeah, dude, it really fucking spoils you.
See, that's the thing too, is that I feel like it is so spoiling that knowing that level exists is like just weird.
You're fucking gross out with yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, let me drink this fucking water and there's fucking sushi on the plane and shit. And you're just like, ugh. No one's gonna give me shit for bringing my dog or putting my feet up. Like, oh, this is stupid.
There's no rules.
Yeah, but do it. Highly recommend. Like, for sure. Absolutely try to get on one soon.
This wasn't to Sundance.
No, this was to Summit.
Which
is in the same place.
Okay.
Back-to-back weekends.
Wow.
Maybe I am busy.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Maybe you've been so busy you don't have time to realize how busy you are.
I still get time to like masturbate and sleep, so I'm okay. If I'm too busy where I'm tired at night where my hand falls asleep in between my legs, I'm like, I'm too busy.
That's it.
Have you ever done that where you wake up and you're like, oh, my arm?
I have not done that.
Dead. My arm is dead, and then you freak out for like half a second, like, will it ever come back? Or am I going to tell people the way I lost my arm was masturbating?
I just loved myself too much.
Yeah. Hey, Lizzo would approve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. But you have been busy.
I haven't gotten the flu, which is usually like tall tale sign that you're too busy.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I'm working from home, so I see my foster dog and my partner, and that's
No,
it.
yeah, okay. So Barry.
Ah,
Barry the foster dog.
my boy Barry.
Okay, so the idea of fostering a dog makes me nervous because if you form an emotional attachment, what is the plan?
You just keep calling them your foster dog until
To try and create space.
Yeah, your partner and roommate allow you to keep them. No, so here's how it went in was like I was getting the itch for a doggo since I don't have to travel as much anymore.
Right.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this scratched by going to volunteer. So
that makes sense.
Super involved in the volunteer program. We'll go like early on Saturdays because when you're sober and you don't have hangovers, you just wake up early.
There's
and you're
time
like,
to do activities.
yeah, you're like, what do I do with all this time?
Yeah.
And my hand was going really numb a lot. And so I was like, I got to put this hand to use with a dog. Oh, no, wait, I wasn't drinking off dogs. Sorry. That's not what I mean, it was oh my God. I went to volunteer to walk dogs with my hand on their leash that is attached to their necks.
Yes.
And we started with cats, fostering cats.
Okay.
Where those go like...
Cats are getting adopted.
Cats are getting adopted left and right.
Right.
Dogs are a much higher return rate. The shelter I work at has 200 dogs as opposed to the usual like 50 to 60 at most shelters. So it's like Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
Like there's fucking rainwater and pigeon shit in their cages. And you're just like, oh, I'm thinking this is going to be sad.
Yeah.
But in a way, like one small thing, right? Like if a dog starts to sniff you who growled at you before, you're like,
this is incredible.
It made more improvement than like any antidepressant ever did in my life.
Wow.
And so I kept going back every week to just see these small little incremental changes. And then I had the cats at home. Well, when I passed Barry in his cage, it was just like,
couldn't keep walking.
I never have felt a bond like that. Not even to my humans.
Wow.
My human friends.
My humans.
Yeah. And so I just was like, I'm taking him today. Oh, I had also had some dental work done that day because I was on Valium.
This is now how you mark major moments in your life. Was this before or after some sort of dental surgery?
Because I remember I was on Valium and my friend was like, are you sure you're not just making a decision? I was like, absolutely not. Put him in the trunk. I mean, the back seat. Just get him to the house. And he's been with us since Thanksgiving. He's done some trial runs of being at other people's houses to see if they wanted to adopt him. But you should know, dogs are no joke.
I know they're no joke. And I didn't do the slow or like I tell everyone like take your time, like what you're doing, like really like test it out, make sure, because you can think through what a dog needs, but until you actually like have one, it's like the most insane
allergies, blood shit coming out of their ass. All of a sudden they step in a fucking ant pile.
And they can't use words to tell you where they've been or what they've been doing or what they ate. Goose? Oh, like 6 years.
Oh,
yeah.
She's an adult.
But she's an adult, so now like things on her body are like aching and like she has a limp like right now because she like got too excited and like jumped at the mailman. But like I'm like, is it like, did you dislocate a bone? Because I always go worst case, or is it just a tweak and you're fine tomorrow? Yeah. So, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
But I also can't reconcile like the adopting of a dog, then falling in love, and then not being able to, because I think I would have just I'd have the dog if I adopted one, or if I fostered one, it'd be an adoption like that.
For some reason, cats were like, bye, see you never, like, go to your forever home. But yeah, there is something about a connection with a dog because I feel like they are so much derpier than cats, where you're like, oh, you can see inside of my soul. Yeah. But I think Barry's special. And I always said, like, I still am okay with someone adopting him as long as they will love him more than I do, which isn't possible, so I'm keeping it. But I'm totally fine to adopt him out. Like, I have no problem.
How does that work then? Is he still like available on their website that people can come and like see him?
And like my goal was to use social medias to help get these animals out. And so I've had people DM me or Facebook groups. There's so many LA like rescue Facebook groups because as you should know, like you do not adopt a dog from a fucking breeder.
No. That's taboo. You run out of town.
Yeah. And so, or you'll run out of town by all the shelter dogs who are like, are you fucking kidding? So yeah, tons of Facebook groups, and you just got to get a real sob story going for them. Like Barry couldn't see out of his eye when we got him, and people were just like, I want to help when he's better and can see and is already fixed. And I was like, yeah, sure.
So is the plan to eventually slowly keep Barry? Or is the plan keep the door open? But
listen, in an ideal world, my boyfriend and I would break up. And he would want the dog and I would want the dog. Okay. And then we would split the dog. And then that way I could still do a bunch of stuff and travel and not have to worry about it. But it's not like just my responsibility. Because right now he's like fully my responsibility. My roommates and my boyfriend are like, you did this.
It's your dog.
Like a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And I get up at 6:30 every morning. I fucking walk him twice a day.
I take care of this thing.
Yeah.
Well, Barry, I mean, one, it's just great for social media. Beautiful photos. Beautiful. So photogenic.
What is Goose? Because she looks a little.
She's got boxer face. She's got like a pit bull, English bulldog body.
Yes.
But I just did, it's still sitting in my car. I have to mail it off the swab to see her DNA.
You're going to be shooketh. We thought Barry was a boxer.
What is he?
He is English bulldog and chow chow.
And chow chow?
Chow chow.
That's nuts. Because I was like, Barry and Goose have similarities to me.
Head.
Yeah, the little blockhead.
Holdable heads.
Yeah, just like a wrecking ball.
Oh, God. And when that thing comes at you in the morning, fuck.
Look out.
Does Goose sleep with you?
When my boyfriend's out of town, yes. But when he's in town, no.
She crate.
No, she sleeps in, I call it.
She's an adult.
She's got a closet. Well, my closet is like right next to the bed.
Harry Potter?
Yeah. And I say it's Goose's room because I just have a bed in there and she just likes being like surrounded by clothes and like in there. She's a cutie.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, more questions for Kelsey on Not Too Deep.
Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
I bet you have a great idea that you'd like to turn into a reality. Well, you can. With Squarespace, they make it easier than ever to launch your passion project. You want to start a new business, showcase work, publish content, sell products, or more? Squarespace is the tool for you. They have beautiful templates created by world-class designers and the ability to customize just about anything with a few clicks so you can make a beautiful website all by yourself. They also have powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything online and analytics that help you grow your site in real time. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box. There's nothing to patch or upgrade ever. Buying domains is simple, and you can get the help you need with their 24/7 award-winning customer support. They empower millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists to gamers, even restaurants and gyms, to turn great ideas into something real. Head to squarespace.com/grace for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, use the offer code GRACE to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/grace. Offer code GRACE.
Not too deep.
Would you buy a t-shirt for $50 if you knew it only cost $7 to make? Probably not. I know I wouldn't, but with Everlane, you never overpay for quality clothes. They make premium essentials using the finest materials without traditional markups. They want you to know what you're paying for and why, so they tell you their real costs and are radically transparent about every step in their process, from the materials they use to the ethical factories they work with. No matter your style or preference, Everlane's clothes look better, they cost less, they last longer, they sell directly to you, so their prices are 30 to 50% lower than traditional retailers. They have essentials like a cotton crew t-shirt that are exactly what they should be, very versatile, very simple, very stylish, and made from quality materials. And right now you can check out our personalized collection at everlane.com/grace, and you'll get free shipping on your first order. That's everlane.com/grace, everlane.com/grace. We're back. Confidently Insecure, your podcast, is back. Did it take a hiatus for a little bit?
We took a week off.
Okay, what a week.
We took a week off over the holidays to like revamp and start season 2.
Yeah, and it feels like it's taken a very cool course. Like you've been very raw and vulnerable.
Oh my God. Adult shit was all about like not too deep, like keeping it surfacey and then like dipping our toes in serious and then coming right back out because it's like that's not who we are. We're funny, silly girls.
Yeah.
And then I realized when I'm alone in my apartment on my couch, it's like therapy. I can't help it.
Yeah.
And I think with like also the way the world has kind of changed since adult shit,
totally,
it's really hard to be like, LOL, like
100%.
When you're like, oh my God, I'm so depressed about this state of the union.
Yeah, especially when it's like your job is communicating kind of what you're going through and like your point of view on it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like nervous about how vulnerable you've been and how much you've explored on there? Or is it more exciting to be like, I'm just putting it all out there?
I guess it's the same feeling as when you work for the internet. Like, I don't know, maybe you can relate. When you're in your home in front of your camera and you have full control, you just talk.
Yeah.
You don't realize that in my case, thousands, in your case, millions of people are going to be watching and you're like, oh, fuck. And then once it's out there, you don't realize, like, it doesn't feel as weighted because, you know, news stories aren't picking it up and shit like that. Like, for me, it's just the listeners have become my support system and my therapists in a way.
Yeah.
And it's so like just a breath of fresh air. It just feels like exactly what women need right now. And
yeah, especially like as you get older, I've found that I give less of a fuck about like having so many walls up. I mean, here and there, like sharing what I want to and being in control of like how much I put out there is still something that I subscribe to. But I want to hear more personal stories from like people that are my peers. So why am I not sharing personal stories?
Exactly. What's like your deepest secret you've kept without putting on the internet?
Oh, wow.
Because I feel like you've done a really good job. Right? Like, I don't know if you just don't have trauma.
I'll save that for your podcast.
Yes. Okay. Clickbait. It's coming.
But because I know you put out an episode recently about being in an abusive relationship. Yeah. And I know that you talked about like how like the unexpected emotions and roller coaster of like, should I, shouldn't I, how do I?
Yeah.
How do you feel after it's released now?
Holy shit. I mean, like you guys know me, listeners and in the room, like I am not a shy person. I don't really get nervous. I'm put it all out there, regret it later.
Yeah.
But for weeks, I was getting like stomach aches thinking about it.
You had known that you were going to do this or wanted to do this.
Yeah. And the morning I was supposed to record, I just got like sweaty. I was sweating in my own house. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I realized that was the abuse coming back. That was like the manipulation hadn't left my body, even though it had been so many years later, that I was still terrified of some consequence happening to me. And I'm like, what? Who? Where? What's gonna happen? Nothing's gonna happen to me. But it was definitely
so programmed,
so deeply programmed. And that was the first time that I was like, okay, you're really taking a risk. And I tell you what, the second I accidentally released it too early, and I saw some of the comments coming in, I released it like a day too early on YouTube. As soon as I started seeing the comments come in, I was like 100,000,000%. The universe was made for me to do this.
Really?
To speak about it. I mean,
that's so great.
Not a single negative comment have I come across.
Wow.
Not a single story that hasn't been in some way inspiring for me to learn from someone else. It's unfortunately such a common thing. And I think we as strong women especially are afraid to admit that we were, I'm making quotes, like one of those girls that got into one of those relationships.
Like you said, the embarrassment and shame around it is debilitating.
And to be able to rise above that and say, no, I'm surviving the healing because I survived the trauma. That makes me badass.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, I think we as women don't want to sound as complaining or dramatic, especially because it's like, was it that bad? It has you questioning, like, did I really go through something? And it wasn't till, you know, many years later that I saw, oh shit, like I should have been like I should be way more fucked up because of it. And I applaud anyone that, can do it and get out of it in whatever way they have to. But yeah, it's like something like that where I'm sitting on my couch, right? And I'm able to talk about it and also laugh and make jokes about it. Sure. That made me feel like this is my purpose. Like, how do you turn pain into purpose?
Totally.
Which is like kind of what we do anyways on the internet. We're like, laugh at me so you can lift yourself up.
Right. Yeah, like here's a space. It's okay.
Yeah.
And also just helpful, I think, for so many people too, like you said, that don't realize what they're in. And then they go, oh, this is identical to what I am going through.
And you think it's normal. Like when you're, in that situation and love is such a strong feeling. Yeah. And you're taught to like stick by someone and help each other through something. And love is the most powerful feeling at all. And it's like, no, like, abuse is kind of like more strong of a feeling, but you're just so helpful. And it's one of those things where it's hard to admit to yourself. So how can you admit it to like your family or your friends or the police or whatever?
Totally.
So it's about getting over that idea. And I think like there's still a huge problem with like boys who are toxic masculinity trying to be men. Like that's what I think the main issue is we got to teach men how to not abuse women instead of teaching women how to come forward about their abuse. But it called me crazy. I should go into politics.
Sips coffee. No, but I think that's really cool and a testament to, I think, where you're headed in like creative endeavors,
right?
Like keeping it light, but also going deep enough and like using your personal stories to kind of fuel it all along the way.
Right.
Is there stuff coming up that you're excited about?
Oh my God. I'm releasing my first book this year.
You
had so many books.
But I was going to ask for you, like, this seems like the logical
step, right?
thing. But I'm like, you have so many stories and so much like life perspective and experience.
It's growing up in public school in Florida. You just see a lot really early.
You see more than you know that you need to see.
No. So we've got that coming out. It's called Don't Fucking Panic. And it's a workbook, like a comedy workbook about panic and anxiety disorder.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then we're going to start live touring for Confidently Insecure, which I'm really nervous about because how do you feel at theater, Grace?
Yeah, when you find out, let me know. Mabry and I are doing some live shows, and it is more difficult than it used to be.
Dude, but you guys tour.
We went on a small tour last summer, but when we used to, like 4 years ago, it was before anyone was really like touring. So it was this like
even.
Yeah, and so it was a more novel thing. Now it's just like very
Everybody's
difficult.
Got a show.
Yeah.
What's like the capacity you try and book a theater at? Like 100 seat, 200, 500? Wow.
Something like
shit.
that. Sometimes they're like, nah, you guys can fill 4. And we're like, no, we can't. And they're like, you're just being modest. We're like, no, seriously, we're not being modest.
Come back on your contract.
Like, this is going to ruin our self-esteem if you make us do
That's
this.
like where I'm at. I'm like, I think they're starting out with 2. And I was like,
Great.
Can we try 15?
Yeah.
Can we try like a club or like even a tea house down the street? Let's try 15.
Can we just rent a dance studio?
Come to my house. I don't care. I'll give my house. We fill my living room.
But
so I'm
that's
really nervous.
exciting.
It's exciting. I'm nervous. We're doing an international show in London in June, which is really cool. I think that's what I'm excited about.
That all sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
Also, Florence Puh.
Oh.
How do you say her last name? Puh? Pug? Puh?
Puh.
Puh.
I think, right? You just
Like
kind of whisper.
Like the sound that you make when you see her. Puh.
Dude, tell me she's not.
I don't know much about her other than you're obsessed.
Midsummer?
I didn't see it. I know.
Little Women? Florence? Did you see Little Women?
No.
Oh, you gotta go.
I just saw Parasite the other night.
You just saw?
Look.
What do you...
I'm watching a lot of reality TV. Okay. I'm very booked and busy with this reality TV programming.
I hear you.
There's a lot of shows. Love After Lockup is not going to watch itself.
Just started watching that.
Oh.
I started at like season 1, which I feel like is a mistake because you fall in love and then they change them.
Well, I started season 2, I think, thinking it was season 1.
And it's different people.
It's different people, but then there's Life After Lockup.
Oh, shit.
So get ready to have your days taken away from you because you get in love with their story and then they show you the after their after story.
And then you get involved with their life.
And then guess what? A lot of it doesn't go as planned.
No.
But it feels less scripted than a lot of reality TV feels currently.
Oh, I think it is because it's like, jail's enough.
Yeah.
Jail's pretty dramatic.
I can't believe that they get to film as much as they get to film for that show. So I'm like, how are they allowed to just like be on the premises watching like them?
We need to have a reality TV award show. Can you get on that?
There has to be
you
one,
have
right?
Power.
I mean, I would love to, but
Can
I
you
feel
and
like
like
there's
Drew
one.
Hazelhurst or whatever his name is start a show
Yeah. Okay.
for
I really
reality?
don't have much going on, so I'll for sure.
Lies.
You also, amidst and amongst all of these cool things, I'm obsessed with your makeup tutorials on Instagram.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I did my makeup high.
Today?
Yes. Yeah. I looked in the mirror right before I left and I went, green? Fucking green, Kelsey?
But I feel like I like them because you do experiment with so many colors that I truly have no idea what you're about to do.
You are what we call a natural beauty. Like, that's just what she looks like, right?
You're very kind.
I like to transform. I'm a bit of a drag queen in that sense.
I love it because I'm so intimidated by eyeshadow colors especially.
Totally.
I can be like, confident in like, I'm going to try something crazy. And then I'm like, browns. Just stick with the browns.
Every girl's like schedule is like, go crazy and spend like $30 on a crazy color.
Yeah.
Never wear it because you don't know how to apply it. And then stick with your like 14-year-old like Too Faced naked chocolate bronzer palette that you've had for since high school. I was also too afraid of colors.
Yes.
And what I found happens and what helps is if you don't look at what you're wearing. So in most videos, I'll be wearing a robe.
That's
and
smart.
My hair back. Because the second you get other colors involved, you're like, does it...
Your influence.
Yeah. And it just might not match. So I start with makeup first. And it's really meditative. And I love those videos. Like, I'm a fan of makeup.
Oh, yeah.
vids.
No, when I saw you were doing them, I was like, this is so fun because they show up on my Explore page all the time, but I don't follow anyone that does them. And they always just seem like a little too far out of reach for like something I would try, even if I did feel really bold one day.
Like putting on a colorful lip.
No, but I was like, oh, Kelsey's doing these. These are fun. And this isn't a joke. She's like for real doing it.
Well, let me tell you what. I've been in all industries of the internet and none more harsh
really
and cruel.
I was gonna ask, what is it like now putting content up in that world?
So I call it not a guru because I don't think I'm Nikki Tutorials or like Jacqueline. Like, I'm not trying to be in that world because it just seems like
it's too much.
Exhaustive. But 13-year-old girls will have no fucking problem dragging you straight to hell. Straight to hell and back. I mean, they are mean.
Yeah.
And people are like, why don't you post them on YouTube? I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay where I can comment, moderate my Instagram.
Yeah.
No fucking way. They're mean.
Wow. I didn't. Now I'm curious to post one just to see, to elicit the comments. But
absolutely should.
When did when was the thing that pushed you over into posting them?
Let's see. When I was 15, I would lock myself in my mom's bathroom and say, you're not leaving until you're pretty. And I would use her really expensive, like, YSL Chanel makeup, and I would be like, oh, this is never going to happen for me. And so I've always been super interested in the way makeup can transform.
Yeah.
And again, I think it wasn't until I left BuzzFeed, started working from home, had an assload of time and an assload of PR boxes that I was like, it would be
that's what
unjust.
I want. I want the PR boxes.
You should have the PR box.
I got like one a while ago, like a year ago, and I feel like they're like, we tried with her. She didn't really do anything with it. So.
She just stayed herself.
Yeah.
We want young girls to transform.
But so you were home, you had time, you had the resources.
And I was like, write a script or play with makeup. Yeah. And the answer was play with makeup. And so it's been just like it really is meditative.
Yeah.
I blast whatever fucking Spotify playlist is on, and then I just sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing.
Do you edit them yourself?
Yeah,
Obviously, yeah. Do you edit them on your phone?
Wow, no.
No, okay. I don't see. That's the thing too. Is I don't know.
That bad?
No, because I've heard of people that upload like that
TikTok,
kind of that I'm like, how do you even edit on your phone? I don't even know how to edit these kinds of things.
Oh, you just speed ramp in Premiere.
Oh, okay.
Do you edit any of your videos anymore?
I do. I edit all in Final Cut Pro. So I've been told to learn Premiere.
Wait, you edit all your videos?
For the most part. Probably like 90% of them.
Holy fucking shit.
Occasionally,
Why?
Just because I have the time to. And,
Fair enough.
And I also am very insecure about the shooting process of like, there are times when I'm just like sitting there
for many moments.
Yeah, or I'm like working through a joke and it's just very embarrassing. And even though I have this girl named Roseanne who's, hi Roseanne, you're wonderful.
Roseanne,
and I know
love
she wouldn't
editors.
judge a second of me for sending her that raw footage.
It's
I
you.
just feel like,
it's very private. I feel that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But we can expect continuous makeup tutorials.
I got one coming out with Covergirl's vegan line tomorrow.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not a plug. I just wanted to try vegan makeup.
Have you been approached by these makeup companies now?
The only one, I mean, I got sent on one of those like influencer trips.
Did you?
Yeah.
I am fascinated by these.
But here's the thing. They specifically told me and Lily that we got invited because we were like, the funny girls. 100% not because we were the beautiful hot ones.
They were like, if you thought that you had made the cut, we just want to remind you before we get started that your cafeteria table is over there.
They were like, we've been getting too much shit for only inviting Instagram models, so we thought we'd throw some regular gals in the mix.
We give these two trash heaps some time on this weird island.
They're like, oh, do we have any glitter, like arts and crafts glue in the corner we can give them to keep them busy? Yeah, so I went on one of those like influencer-y trips before. And so I'm on like a couple of their like little PR things. But then the only one that has reached out to me being like, we saw your tutorials was Covergirl.
Oh.
So shout out, I guess shout out to Covergirl.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so
I don't see them doing a ton like in that space. I always see Tarte and
drugstore makeup considered, right?
Yeah.
But then they got that Lily Reinhart.
Oh.
She's gorgeous.
Yes.
They made her the face, and I feel like she's bringing it back.
Gotcha. I saw that you posted your skeleton X-rays on Twitter. What was that?
Why did I do that?
As I was going through, I was like, oh, there's her body.
Not only like my full body, but like my vagina bones. Like, you can 100% know what my pussy looks like.
It's
that picture. I found it in my medical records, and I was like, "This is cool." And it sat on my desktop for like a week before I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking do it." Don't know. Apparently, I have pee in my bladder in that X-ray that you can see.
Oh wow!
I don't even know why I would get that.
A lot of people medically like trying to diagnose things.
Well, someone told me I had scoliosis, and I was like, "You fucking stay in your corner, bitch. I got other shit to worry about."
I don't have time for that right now.
No, absolutely not. I don't know why I posted it. I don't know why. Also, how did I get that?
I think it's great because I feel like I've moved away from using Twitter as freely as I used to use it.
True.
And I feel like you're still like putting up whatever you want. I'm like, I admire this.
It's going to come back to bite me.
I love it because this is what Twitter was and what I love so much about it. Now I'm just like, oh, everything feels like people are just like dogs on leashes ready to like attack.
Great metaphor.
Except
or visual.
they're all good dogs. They're all good dogs.
All good dogs. No bad dogs here.
Okay, we're going to take one last break. And when we get back, we have Twitter questions for you.
Get that ad money, Grace.
Yeah, we need it. It's probably Squarespace. We'll be right back with more Not Too Deep.
Not too deep. With Grace Helbig.
Do you have a bunch of stuff lying around the house that you just don't use, like a kid's baseball glove that doesn't fit? Hopefully you have kids that at one point used that glove, a pair of jeans that you only wore one time, or an old phone hiding in a drawer somewhere. Well, there's an app you can use to sell this stuff. It's called Mercari. It's a selling app that makes it fast and easy to sell almost anything. It couldn't be simpler. You take a few pictures of your stuff, you add a description, and boom, your item is listed. Once it's sold, Mercari emails you a shipping label, and you just stick it off and send it. No meetups, no hassles. My favorite thing, you don't have to meet people in person. With millions of people using the Mercari app in all 50 states, stuff really sells. The app has over 500,000 reviews on the App Store with an average 4.8 star rating. So why not give it a try? Don't let that stuff you don't use go to waste. Sell it, ship it, and get paid with Mercari. You can find Mercari on the App Store or on Mercari.com. That's Mercari, Mercari, the selling app. Okay, Kelsey.
Yeah,
it's been
Grace.
2 years since I've asked you the 2 questions I ask every single guest that's on the podcast.
I remember one.
So,
no, I remember both.
Perhaps your answers have changed. Let's find out. Who, alive or dead, would you most like to throw cold spaghetti at?
My Aunt Vicky.
Okay.
I just feel like I've never said that publicly, and I would like to use this public airspace time to say, fuck you, Vicky. You're a bad aunt. You're a bad family member. Nobody likes you.
Wow.
And,
I wish we had a call-in line to have Vicky call in and be like, Vicky, rebuttal?
I was trying to be a photographer when I was a kid. I had a camera. I was going around Thanksgiving taking pictures of people, and my little cousin kept jumping in front of her daughter. Was like, take a picture of me, take a picture of me. And I was like, no, bitch. I didn't say that, but I was like, no, I'm trying to take pictures of, and Aunt Vicky yelled at me because I wouldn't take a picture of her fucking kid. And you know what? Look who's in the business now.
Yeah.
And who's in rehab, okay? With her second kid. All right?
Oh, Florida.
Yeah. Hashtag Florida.
Okay. Tell us your worst pants shitting story or close call, but only use 3 words or 3 small phrases.
Okay. I think last time I was here, I said sushi 101 jean jacket. Okay. I think that's what I said last time. Somebody can confirm or deny. So since then.
Okay. There's been an update.
Phew. So, sushi.
Okay.
Boardroom.
Oh, no.
Excavation.
Yeah, okay. That paints a picture.
Excavate. I don't know if that's the right word. Excavation.
Evacuation.
Evacuation. Excavation. We had to clear. We had to clear the room.
A space needed to be cleared.
Yes, they might have taken it down by bulldozer. I'm not sure. It is a very good chance that happened.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay, let's get into some Twitter questions for you. Robbie wants to know, have you attended any more sex parties?
Yes, thank you, Robbie.
Okay.
In my podcast, we talk a lot about my open relationship, and
right.
Part of that is the fun of being able to try and discover how to have sex with other people.
Okay.
And one of those ways is going to sex parties, which I always thought were like very like eyes wide shut sexy. It turns out they are, but there's a lot more stuff going on that people don't talk about. And yes, I have been. And this one was in a big spooky mansion.
Okay.
And
that's where I would assume they all are.
Yeah. No. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, this very much fits the bill of what you're thinking. And it was a Halloween sex party.
Okay.
And one of the themes of the room was like torture. The next theme of the room was like haunted closet. And one of the themes of the room was bloodbath.
Okay. See, I feel like I would go through only two emotions of laughing and horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Okay.
You should go. You should go, if not just to say you've been.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is like half the people are there just to be like, what the fuck is going on? And then there are people who are taking it too seriously. They're like, yeah. And you're like, okay, I'm going to stay away from those people. But you should go just to
observe the social dynamic of it all. Yeah, it is a
whole new world.
It is fascinating.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, best movie or TV show to watch high?
Well, I don't smoke weed, so I'm going to go with high on Valium.
Okay.
Do you smoke weed? Do you talk about that?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's wonderful.
I'm happy for you. What's your favorite high show?
I did watch Married at First Sight last night high, and I was just like, this show, I've watched it forever, but last night I was like, this show's crazy. They have to live together for 2 months, and they just met each other.
Fair.
Yeah, the actual reality of the show hit me last night pretty hard.
I would say the show, it's not a show. I would say I've never had so many incredible thoughts while getting a root canal today. I swear to God, I like cured cancer in my brain. I wrote like 75 Twitter jokes. At one point, I like had them stop and I took like the plastic out of my mouth and I was like, can you write down that I need to make a chapstick and then like put it back on my mouth?
Wait, so talk me through this. They numb you.
Oh yeah, shots galore.
And then they put some sort of mouth bib over you.
Dental dam over your face. Like what you think lesbians use for sex, which they don't. They put a dental dam over your tooth and they tell you it's so that you don't get like any stuff in other areas of your mouth. And I'm like, they're just trying to isolate the tooth, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, they dental dam your mouth shut.
Wow. And then how long does it take?
Like an hour.
Wow. So you're just sitting there with your eyes open for an hour.
Hell no. I'm high as a motherfucking kite. I got my AirPods in. I'm holding my boyfriend's hand and he's DJing for me. And like, I sort of got, I came up with so many Twitter jokes and I was like, don't forget it. Don't forget it. And the second he turned off the laughing gas, I was like, it's gone. It's gone. I forgot everything. It's all done. So yeah, go get a root canal.
I'll put that on my, I think I would rather get a root canal than go to a sex party. I think that would be the order.
Some of those, they have that as the theme drill.
That's in the torture room.
Exactly.
Who is your dream guest for your podcast, Dead or Alive?
Ooh, I haven't thought about Dead or Alive.
Wow.
I mean, ski. Fuck, so much pressure. Dead, I get. Okay, I'll go with Alive. I think maybe like Elizabeth Warren would be cool right now to just hear her crackly old voice on the microphone. Not because she has anything interesting to say, but more so I want to hear her voice on a mic.
Yeah.
And then Dead, I guess, I don't know. Who do you want on here?
That's Dead? Oh, wow. I don't know.
I think
I don't know who I would choose. I'd be like, anyone that wants to.
Call out you dead. Hey, anybody want a podcast for a minute?
Except for like Hitler.
No. Well, even he probably might have some curious things to say.
I would hear his pants shitting story.
What do you think it is?
I mean, I don't want to know because it's probably too dark and awful.
The pants or the story itself?
Yeah.
We'll stop talking about Hitler now.
Okay, here's a question. Brooke wants to know, what do people need to know about fostering dogs?
Oh gosh, patience, and more patience.
Really?
I am the least patient person. My boyfriend's the most patient person. And when we got a foster dog, it was like he couldn't even hear the dog breathe without getting upset. And like I became this soothing, like, oh, my baby, come to my arms and let me hold you. Like you have to have so much fucking patience because they're so cute. And it takes 3 months for a dog's true personality to come out once you've switched them in homes. And that goes the same for a dog you've had for years. If you move them to a new location, their guard doesn't come down for 3 months. Wow. So know that the dog you get at the shelter, good or bad, may not be the dog.
Might be a little different.
Yeah, and I think usually it's a good thing. They're just so glad to be loved.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense. Also, just I would assume preparing yourself for anything because you can kind of know their medical history, but you really won't know, like you said, with their personality, 3 months, like that kind of stuff.
You gotta have a little bit of money. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Most shelters will give you free food if you're fostering.
Okay.
Mine didn't because they're busy. But you gotta have a little bit of money.
Yeah. Medical stuff for dogs is not cheap.
It's not. Get pet insurance.
Was there a mystery shitter at the holidays this year? What is this?
Oh my God. I'm so glad whoever asked this asked. I've told the story about in my family, I have 52 first cousins. So I have a lot of family who every year for the holidays we'd get together and we would have things like mini raves or like drum circle. It would always be like a huge party, #Florida.
Yeah.
And every year someone would leave a giant shit on the toilet seat. On the toilet seat. And we would call it the Phantom Pooper. Because we could never Melissa's face right now was like, what the fuck?
So this is a family tradition.
Oh yeah. It started as like a joke and then every year it would happen and it would be like we were waiting for the moment of like who's gonna discover the Phantom Poop this year? And like we would oh my God, fights would happen of like, who was it? We would have like deep investigative, like serial style mysteries of like, who do we think it is? And like people would take sides and like, just when you think we'd get through a holiday without it, it would be like the last day. And someone would come out like,
wait, so this could span over days.
Oh, a week. A week at a time. We'd be going to my grandpa's house, my uncle's house, my mom's house, my sister's place. Like, you never knew when it was going to happen. And like by process of elimination, we were always trying to guess who in the family. And I think I know who it is.
You think it's the same person every year?
And that's the trick, right, Grace? Is you think you know, and then one year you're like, that person wasn't here. Or like, the shit looks different. Like it looks oddly baby-sized this year. Was it a small cousin that's been getting us all? And so this holiday, we did not have the big gathering that we normally do. So no, there was no Phantom Pooper this year, but stay tuned because I think we're all going to get together for Burning Man potentially. So there might be one come mid-August. I will absolutely keep you guys updated.
Oh, wow. That's the most Florida story.
Yeah. And that's the other thing is some people aren't even from Florida in the family. Some people come from Texas, Missouri. I mean, still trash, but.
Oh, that's amazing. Okay. On the opposite end of that, someone wants to know, what's your go-to self-care activity?
Masturbating. It releases serotonin and it gets you in a good mood and it can really take away an impending panic attack if you feel one coming.
All right.
No put intended.
That's right to the point. What celebrities do you want in a professional game of tag?
Oh, shit. Obviously, like Usain Bolt, right?
Oh, yeah. But I feel like it's impossible to win in that situation.
Yeah. So definitely him. Maybe like, I don't know. Who else is good at scheming and getting out of things besides Donald Trump so we don't have to say his fucking name on the podcast?
Though I would like Donald Trump and Usain Bolt in a game of tag and Usain Bolt just gets tagged and Donald trying to tag Usain Bolt would be a lovely thing to watch.
Stand and point and laugh.
Yeah.
All right. That's my game.
Opinion on sloths, cute or creepy?
Oh my God. Creepy. They're so greasy. Why are they so greasy?
I didn't know that they were that greasy.
And they look like...
Yeah, I'm not a sloth person.
No.
They move too slow that I think they're scheming something, or that it's like
liars.
It's that slow build in like a horror film before something happens, but that's just their normal resting state.
Yeah, their vibe is anticipatory. I don't like that.
It.
No, and I bet you their hairs are really a lot thicker than people think they are.
Yeah.
They look thick.
It looks coarse.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know, are you and Jared still looking for a girlfriend?
Yeah, sure. Hit me up in the DMs.
Do you have people actually reach out?
Yeah, and they always don't live here. Don't fucking hit me up unless you're in a major metropolis city that I'm visiting often. London, New York, Miami. Period.
There you go.
Those are my rules.
She has spoken. And then a couple people asked cheese, ?
Yes.
Is this a thing in your world?
Nope, but my answer is yes. Often.
Someone wants to know Matthew Francis, who looks like he's wearing a chef coat in his photo.
Oh, wait, we know I know Matthew Francis.
Ask her about her favorite restaurants in LA.
Oh, Osteria La Buca, which has the best pasta in Los Angeles. Come fucking fight me, I dare you.
Wow.
Come fight me, Grace. It's the best pasta. Grace's
I didn't want this to end this way.
Osteria La Buca, and if you can, La Antica off Sunset has the best Italian Napoleon pizza.
Nice.
Yeah, that's it.
That's awesome. Okay, Kelsey, we're reaching the end of the podcast.
Yay. I mean, boo. But yay, because I've had so much fun.
It's so much fun. And I'm going to come on your podcast and it's going to be a great time.
And we're going to get deep.
Yeah.
We're going to get the opposite of not too deep.
I'm ready.
I'm going to excavate.
You're going to excavate? I hope not.
We're going to
based on what I've learned what excavation means
in my life.
What are you up to next? Like what's in the near future for people to
buy
check out?
tickets to whatever these live shows we're going to announce,
Nice.
please.
There you go. Okay, before you leave, every guest that's on the podcast gets a personalized fortune cookie. This one is a little bit more wider open than they normally are.
It's because you knew I was coming. This is oh my God, it just falls out. Yeah. That's what people say about me. Cool. Here we go. This is your one shot to plead to Florence and Zach to consider having an open relationship like yours.
Yeah.
First of all,
wait, is she dating Zach Braff?
What the fuck? What the fuck? He's like 40-something.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, because he's got a baby face.
Yes.
Listen, Florence, this is your time to get out. Don't be fooled by his baby face. He's 40. Google it. You have access to the internet, I hope. I know you're like British or something, but you guys have internet there? Get out and come to 866-45 Santa Monica. I know that's a made-up address.
That's perfect.
That's my plea, is he's your dad.
Yeah.
That's a horror film.
I mean, yeah, she can slide into your DMs.
Oh, she doesn't have social media. That's how cool she is.
Oh God, yeah.
Do you hate people like that?
I don't hate. Cool? I just know that they're like they're living a better life.
They are. Yeah. They're healthier than we are.
They're detached and they're free.
They're artistes.
Yeah. Especially people that are doing actual art that don't have social media. I'm like, yeah, that's a life That's a life.
That's good for them. What
Yeah.
could have been?
I must like read
We're
and
too
write
deep,
poetry
man.
or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, go check out Kelsey. Listen to the podcast. Check out all of her makeup videos.
Oh, boy.
Look at the Instagram for
Yeah.
Barry alone.
Oh, God.
The Barry
Every
pics
day,
are
Daily Berry
are
on the story.
stellar.
Thank you.
And thank you for coming back
Thanks
2
for
years
having me.
later.
Oh, my God. And I'll see you in 2 years.
Yes, perfect. We'll schedule it now. We'll see you guys next time on another episode of Not Too Deep. Goodbye.
Too deep, too deep, too deep, not too deep with Grace Helbig.
Not Too Deep is a production of Grace Helbig Incorporated, producer Melissa D. Montz, edited by Shireen Lani Yunus, post-production sound by Chris Henry, and an extra special thanks to Flula for the theme music.